Manafort held secret talks with Assange in Ecuadorian embassy.
Here's a summary of the article.
Donald Trump's former campaign manager Paul Manafort held secret talks with Julian Assange inside the Ecuadorian embassy in London, and visited around the time he joined Trump's campaign, The Guardian has been told. Sources have said Manafort went to see Assange in 2013, 2015 and in spring 2016 during the period when he was made a key figure in Trump's push for the White House. A well-placed source has told The Guardian that Manafort went to see Assange around March 2016. In a series of tweets, WikiLeaks said Assange and Manafort had not met. Manafort's first visit to the embassy took place a year after Assange sought asylum inside, two sources said. According to the sources, Manafort returned to the embassy in 2015. Why Manafort might have sought out Assange in 2013 is unclear.
This post received a score of 29,500, with an upvote ratio of 85%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Farage also met with Assange, so it'll be interesting on how all of this develops.
Oh please get something on Farage. We don't bloody want him.
Nigel Farage and the curious case of amnesia. Nigel Farage, former UKIP leader and proponent of Brexit, 1. Met with WikiLeaks leader Julian Assange and came down with a case of amnesia. 2. In another instance, Farage abruptly ended an interview with a German journalist. Farage subsequently called him a nutcase for asking questions about WikiLeaks. 3. Nigel Farage allegedly gave Julian Assange a USB stick during his secret visit to the Ecuadorian embassy. 4. Farage is a person of interest in the U.S. counterintelligence investigation that is looking into collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia.
Which makes sense. How often do you just walk into Ecuadorian embassies and forget why you're there? All the time.
I know, right? I was just in an Ecuadorian embassy yesterday, and I have no idea why. Still, it beats wandering into a Saudi embassy.
I walk into the Ecuadorian embassy by accident at least twice a week, it's so easy to do. The only thing that tips me off, except for the Ecuadorian flags and the receptionist, is the overflowing cat litter tray.
Really, who hasn't walked into an Ecuadorian embassy, stopped and looked around, and totally forgot why they went in there in the first place? It would be embarrassing if it didn't happen to so many people so often.
It's so common that I've seen ads in the Metro newspaper for accidental Ecuadorian embassy ingress support groups.
ELI5, what this means, and the possible implications.
Paraphrasing what I'm getting out of this, but there are much more thorough analyses and timelines I've seen elsewhere. The Russian intelligence agency GRU hacked the DNC's email, then disseminated it via Julian Assange, WikiLeaks, in order to damage Hillary Clinton's campaign and aid Trump. Manafort met with Assange in person, shortly before this occurred, as a liaison for Trump's campaign, then later became his campaign manager. I.e., it seems very apparent that Trump's campaign coordinated and colluded with the Russian government in this, with WikiLeaks as an intermediary.
Man, that actually sucks to hear. For a while I was pro-WikiLeaks because I felt like they were exposing the truth for the American people for the sake of good versus evil. Now I feel naive for trusting WikiLeaks, even though the data is factual, but their intentions were not. It really gives me a huge regret for how I handled 2016 elections.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.